welcome to Toffee TV. It is the instant match reaction. Arsenal 4, Everton 0. Another massively disappointing night for the Toffees. The mad thing is, it didn't actually start that bad, I didn't think. I thought in the first 20 minutes, I thought we did all right. I thought we created some good moments, as they say, without really creating any clear-cut chances. And then Arsenal just got more and more into the game. First goal. What is Mykolenko doing? Said this before about his defending, is that he always gets pulled between two men and always picks the wrong man. Why would you leave Saka unmarked when he's the closest man nearest to you? The man on the outside was on the outside. You deal with that afterwards. Why would you leave him unmarked and then he smashes in a brilliant finish? Second goal is dreadful. Get yourself into half time. Take a 1-0. Being behind 1-0. And Garner Gay has done what he's done on so many times this season, getting caught on the ball or playing a bad ball. He's caught on the ball. They're very, very lucky with the VAR decision. I mean, he's onside, so when I say very lucky, what I mean is they got it right, which they don't always do. And he's put it in. And the second half, Jesus Christ, what are those subs? What are those subs? Holgate centre midfield. Then Ben Godfrey for right back. Right, no problem. I've got no real problem with that. But then, you Damari Gray for Mopai, Tom Davis for Decore. Why? Once again, I mean, I said this earlier on, by the way, in the live show before the game, about Ellis Sims, about the manager clearly doesn't think he's good enough, and we're stuck with Mopai. And in my opinion, that's what will send us down. We will go down because we can't hit a car's backside with a banjo, and it's why we'll go down ultimately, isn't it? Because of terrible recruitment in the summer and no recruitment in January, led by our fantastic board and owner. Listen, tonight doesn't really mean anything in the grand scale of things. Arsenal are a good side, but the first two goals are just appalling defensively. They're absolutely appalling. They're absolutely appalling, and obviously once you're 2-0 down, the manager thinks, well, there's no way of getting back in this, so we better keep the score down. And he's allowed Arsenal to just come on more and more and more and dominate the game. And listen, if you get beaten by a better team, you've no issues with that. But you can't, those mistakes. And again, Mopai up front, he's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing. And there's no creativity in the team. I thought, again, McNeil worked hard and tried to create moments, but again, not good enough. The full-backs don't offer you enough. Seamus Coleman, for all the reasons that you understand, he's 34 or whatever he is, and Mykolenko is not good enough. I could be a lot harsher, but he's not good enough. It's as simple as that. The midfield three just run round in circles. Iwobi's not good enough, and I look at games like this and I just think you get opportunities, you get half chances, and you've got to make more of them, and they don't. And I think now Sunday becomes just, well, it's the biggest game of the season, obviously, but more than that, it's about showing some character and seeing if there is anything. And I think Sunday is the one for me to see if there's anything there, because we're going to have to win, by the way, probably a couple of away games if we want to stay up. And that's why Forest is a huge game, because it will be a game where you look at it and think, right, we can get something out of this. If we don't, then I'm sorry. I think we're going down. Listen, as I sit here now, and I'm not being big and clever, I think we're going down anyway because I think we're dreadful. I think we're utterly dreadful. I think we're a dreadful team. I've been saying it all season. I think we're a dreadful team. I think that the bench is got to be one of the worst in the Premier League. And tonight obviously doesn't make you go, oh yeah, we're definitely going down. But there's nothing there, is there? There's nothing there for me. There's nothing there. You know, so far in the 5 games under Sean Dyche, first one we were great. Second one against Liverpool, we were terrible. Third one against Leeds, we were the best of 2 really bad teams. Saturday, we were toothless, and tonight we were gutless again. And it's, you know, when you're watching Tom Davies getting your best opportunity and doing what he did with it, then to me, I just don't think there's much hope at all. I think that the owners and the board have doomed us since last summer, and obviously in January. And Mashiri can come out and say what he wants, and can, you know, make as many excuses as he wants, and say he's definitely going to buy as a striker. But that's where it comes from. And I might listen. You know, I might be going around in circles again with what I'm saying, but that's where it comes from, and we're just not good enough. And I'm really shocked by what Dyche done tonight. I thought the subs were just pitiful, absolutely pitiful. It reminded me of when Allardyce went there and made those changes. But I'd rather have seen a few changes before the game. Why Michael Keane's playing? I've got no idea. He's absolutely crap. Yerry Mina should have started the game. And if you've got any issues over Seamus Coleman, why start him? Why start Seamus Coleman then? Leave him out and play Ben Godfrey from the start. Ben Godfrey would have been fine there tonight playing at right back. He wouldn't have done any worse. And now, you know, I just find decisions like that baffling from any manager. And again, I you know, I'm not putting it all at Sean Dyche's door. But woeful again. And it's just sad. It's just sad to watch us. It's just sad to watch us full stop, isn't it? And on the weekend we've got to go to Forest, as I said, and it's going to be the game. I think it's going to be the game for us. But no, I think a team that doesn't score goals or create chances against anybody, never mind whether you're top of the league or you know, you're bottom of the league. I mean, ironically, both teams have beaten us. Yeah, I think this time it's real. I think this time it's absolutely real. I think last year we had the hope of Richarlison, and probably we all thought Dom would come back, which he sort of done in a way, but it's not going to happen this time, is it? Let's be honest. Dom's not going to come back, and we haven't got a Richarlison. And you know, what have we got? Gray? Nah, not for me. Not for me. Mopai's not good enough. As I said, Iwobi and McNeil are not good enough. And he clearly doesn't fancy Ellis Sims. And maybe, why would you? Probably he's a kid who should be playing for Sunderland. He should be playing for Sunderland in the Championship, helping them get into the playoffs or stay in the playoffs. So yeah, I'll be honest. Like as I said, nothing's really changed tonight. Sadly, the goal difference has taken a bit of a hammering. But that's them out the way now, I suppose. That game should have been played in September. It is what it is. Arsenal probably didn't get out of second gear tonight and still beat us 4-0. So we have to move on from that now. As I said, Forest is a huge game, absolutely huge game for us. Obviously they got beat 4-0 away in their last game as well. But I'll be honest, I just don't see how we stay up. I just don't see how we stay up. I know I suppose it's it's between, I suppose it's between us and Leeds, isn't it? And I suppose it's about pulling Forest into it as well. And obviously you've got Bournemouth there, obviously Southampton behind us, but the goal scoring is just ridiculous. I've never ever seen anything in my life with the goal scoring situation. I've never seen a team so poor in front of goal. I've never seen it. I've seen a few teams come up from the Championship and they've struggled for goals, but I've never seen a team self-harm the way Everton have self-harmed. I've never seen it. Never seen a football club. Honestly, if this was a film, you'd say they were doing it to themselves. If this was, honestly, you would if it was a film. You'd say there's something going on. You'd say that they've created this themselves. It's just the whole situation's just absolutely crazy. It really is. Yeah, I don't know. And listen, like once again, I can see people in the comments blaming Dominic Calvert-Lewin. How can you blame a footballer, number one, for being injured, but how can you blame a footballer for a football club not having another striker? How can you do that? How can anyone with a brain who supports Everton blame a footballer when there's supposed to be 2, 3, 4 centre forwards in a team? How? I just don't get that at all. I just don't get that at all. And I think if you do think like that, I think, number one, I think you're a fucking idiot if you think like that. And number two, you're letting the board get off scot-free, basically. Because once again, once again, people will do that because they want to blame Dominic Calvert-Lewin for everything. Well, if Dominic Calvert-Lewin's injury prone, which he is, then why haven't they bought another striker in? Why didn't they bring another striker in the summer? Why didn't they bring another striker in January? They're the people to blame. Stop switching the blame to players who are not on the pitch. They bought Maupay, not good enough. They sold Richarlison. They're the people to blame. And I'm sorry if you're sitting there thinking it's all Dominic Calvert-Lewin's fault. You're a fucking idiot. Pardon my French, but you are. Doesn't matter. He's not playing. But Everton should have another 2. Everton should have another 2 forwards that they can rely on. And they don't. There is no excuse. The excuse is the football club, the board, the owner, the director of football. They're the people you blame. The managers even. They're the people to blame for this. Not whether a lad's injured or not. He's been injured, literally, since the start of last season. So, to keep going, it's his fault, he likes wearing fancy clothes. Sorry, you're a fucking idiot if that's the way you think. Because you're letting the people who've got away with it for years continue to get away with it. Simple as that. Simple as that. In the super chat, Arsenal fan here thought you guys did well until the second goal. I don't believe Everton will go down this season. Best of luck, everyone. Well, if we all pretty much think we're going to go down, mate, because we're absolutely garbage, basically. So I know you're trying to be nice there, and thanks for the super chat. Who was that? That was Potato Man. Thank you, Potato Man. Listen, I don't care if the Dominic Calvert-Lewin haters are trolls or not. They're fucking idiots. Because if they're Evertonians, they're bigger idiots. If they're not arse. But if they're Evertonians, then they're just idiots. It's as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. Because I'm sick to death. I'm sick to death of it now. People getting away with it every single week. The people who are to blame. So, I really am sick to death of it. There you go. Listen, we went with the game plan. It was not to concede. Then we conceded, and then we conceded another 3. There you go. You can't play games of football like that. You cannot play games of football said it all season, this thing of, well, we might just be able to nick a 1-0 here and a 1-0 there. Number one, our defence isn't good enough to nick consistent 1-0s. Because it's not good enough. We make mistakes like we did tonight. Because we've got players like Michalenko who are just not good enough. Just not good enough. You know, that's not having a go. The lad's just not good enough. And we've got them all over the pitch. And we've got a lack of players as well, as I said. Lack of players. So, there you go. I'll be back to do my player ratings. I don't really know how I'm going to do that because they were all pretty much dreadful. So there you go. Listen, you got to remember one thing. You've had good times. That's all you need to remember. That's all you need to remember. We've had good times. Yeah. It's just sad, isn't it? It's just sad. Youngsters, you will stay up. Really? I've played the game. Nah, mate. You need to be able to score to stay up. Because you need to win games of football. If you can't score goals, then how are you going to stay up? How are we going to stay up? You've got to be able to score goals. Simple as that. And this team does not score goals. There's no one on the bench to score goals. There you go. Sadly, I just think the season's is just gonna peter out into nothing. Quite frankly, I don't think it's gonna be like a big charge like there was last season. But there you go. So we'll see. Sunday's the big one for me. If we can win Sunday, then maybe there's a little bit of belief, but I can't see it personally because we can't score. It's fine saying results will come or you'll win. You cannot put the ball in the back of the net. There you go. There you go. Good times. We've had good times. Just always remember we've had good times. And I'll see you in a bit on the player rating. See you later.